Hello and welcome to AI for Business Insights. I'm your host, Iris Nazari, and today I'm walking you through a complete step-by-step process to take multiple business reports, analyze them with AI, validate the results, and turn them into a polished presentation that leadership can act on. Imagine this. You're a manager preparing for a leadership meeting. Your inbox is full of reports from the sales, marketing, and customer success teams. They are all in different formats, using different terms. Some numbers look promising, others raise questions, but you do not have days to reconcile everything. That is where we bring in the team of AI assistants. I will show you how to process scattered reports, validate the findings, and package a clear narrative that earns trust. Let's start by opening ChatGPT or your preferred AI assistant. If you are on a desktop, go to chat.openai.com and sign in. On the left sidebar, you will see your past conversations. The center area is the chat window. There's a message box where you type. In this area, you'll also find icons to attach files or use tools. Some quick definitions before we start. A prompt is the instruction or question you give the AI. Clear prompts define the goal, the inputs, and the success criteria. The better the context, the better the output. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me a structured analysis framework, which is essentially a better, more focused prompt that I can reuse in 3 different AI assistants. It is common to hear the terms AI assistant and AI agent used interchangeably, but it's important to clarify that they are fundamentally different. The simplest way to grasp this distinction is by comparing a calculator to a GPS navigation system. An assistant is like a calculator. It's a powerful tool that waits for a specific problem and then executes a single, direct calculation. You give the assistant a command like, "Call mom," and it performs that one action immediately. It is reactive and task-oriented. An agent, however, is like a GPS. You don't give it a list of turns, you give it a high-level objective, the destination. The system then autonomously plans the entire route, calculates steps, and adapts to new information, like traffic jams, to ensure it reaches the goal. Similarly, you would give an agent an objective, like, "Find me a time that works for me and mom to talk this week and schedule the call," and it would independently plan and execute the necessary steps to achieve that result. In the workflow I'm about to show you, I will be using AI assistants. An AI agent would be able to do everything I'm about to show you by itself, off of the first command. Understanding the different parts of the process helps you better understand the one-stop shop agents when you are introduced to them. I'm about to demonstrate 5 AI assistants and 2 Google Suite tools. Seeing them inside a workflow may help you gain clarity on the type of assistants you would benefit from in your workflows and set out in search for them. Or, when presented with an agent, feel empowered to understand it and use it. User adoption is key, and product design is critical to this, but so is the user's desire to learn. So congratulations on your desire to learn. Let's jump back in and talk about the first prompt I gave the AI assistant in this project. The initial prompt reads, "Write me a prompt to use across multiple AI assistants like ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini. I will be uploading several reports for them to analyze and help me uncover insights that align the team's efforts with company goals." The reports are sales pipeline, onboarding metrics, retention and churn, and marketing performance. My executive team is looking to boost conversion rates, shorten onboarding times, and improve retention in enterprise accounts. Stick strictly to the reports provided. Use strategic thinking to suggest actionable insights. Press enter and let the AI generate its answer. This is where you first think of essentials. What would you tell an analyst who is partnering with you on this project? Think roles, data sources, time window, company goals, as well as the required formatting for the answer. In my practice, I keep a record of the main prompts I use. I'll be using Google Suite today, so I'll open a Google Doc by navigating to the menu icon next to the profile picture and selecting Docs. Google Docs allows me to keep all the notes for this project in one place. As the project progresses, so will your notes. Use the tabs on the left to keep yourself organized. I will label the first tab Prompts. I pasted ChatGPT's prompt here for editing. I liked the initial output, so I used it right away. And then I realized I needed to add more guardrails. So I added cite your sources, specify the report you are referencing, explain your reasoning. I wanted to make sure I could trace back AI's answers. I don't want to trust it blindly. Now that we are happy with the master prompt, let's start the analysis. Copy the prompt and navigate back to ChatGPT. Paste the prompt. Add the report files by clicking the plus button and uploading files, or drag and drop them into the chat. Click Enter. If this is your first time using an AI assistant, congrats! Take some time to read the analysis. How did the AI assistant do? What issues do you spot? What context is missing? Do your initial thoughts about the data mirror those of your AI assistant's findings? This alone is already a huge unlock. Just by structuring your ask clearly, goal, context, data, and boundaries, you can get an AI to behave like an extra analyst on your team. But here's the key. You are still the expert. AI will make mistakes. Sometimes it will make things up, and it will sound confident while doing it. Colloquially, this is known as an AI hallucination. That's why your job is to read the analysis critically. Think of AI as a sounding board, not a replacement. We are going to move on to something more advanced now. If you feel up for the challenge, let's repeat the process 2 more times. Open up 2 more AI assistants. I am using Microsoft Copilot and Google Gemini. Paste the prompt. Add the report files by clicking the plus button and uploading files, or drag and drop them into the chat. Click Enter. I went ahead and added tabs to the master document and pasted each analysis into its own page. Take some time here to read each individual analysis. Ask questions to yourself and to your AI assistant. Ask them for clarification and sources. If you are struggling to understand something, ask it to explain it to you in different ways. Speak to them as you would a coworker. For example, I noticed a discrepancy in the raw data and wanted to see how the AI assistant handled it. Once Gemini was done with the analysis, I asked, the retention churn report and the onboarding metrics report have the same IDs, but differ in the segment label. How did you work with that data? Gemini's answer is on screen. According to Gemini, the customer ID was treated as the unique, unbreakable link between the 2 datasets. This allowed it to trace a single customer's journey, regardless of how their segment might have been labeled in different reports. For analysis specific to a single report, it used the segment label provided in that report to maintain the correct context. I'm going to take a moment to show you the power of Canvas in Gemini. Near the chat box, you will find the different tools available for this assistant. In this example, I used Deep Research for the analysis part, and now I'm using the Canvas feature to create an interactive web page from the analysis. Scroll up to the analysis document. Open it. Navigate to the drop-down menu that is labeled Create. You have several options here, including infographic and web page. I will select web page. It will not produce a website, but it will produce a great interactive page. You can also click Share and copy the link. Paste it on a new window, and now you'll see it in full screen. Have fun exploring that function. Give it simple prompts like, Help me plan my daughter's 8th birthday. Give it the date, number of guests, theme, budget, and you'll be able to see the plan in seconds. Now back to our reports. Once you've taken some time to review the 3 outputs, you are probably seeing patterns emerge. I added a new tab to my master document to keep track of my own thoughts. Your data analyst brain is probably keeping track of nuggets of information as you're uncovering pieces of the puzzle. Let's help you put together those pieces you've been uncovering. In this example, ChatGPT was very metrics-driven and straightforward, almost like a playbook. Gemini took a deeper, bolder approach. It actually said, "Your goal might be wrong." That hit me. It wasn't just playing with numbers, it was challenging the strategy itself. And honestly, I loved that. In a real-world setting, that is a tall ask. There are constraints that we must work with, and an overhaul of an entire process is not always possible, but it does help to see the possibilities. Copilot gave me a lot of best practices from external sources. Useful, but it made me suspect it would have a higher risk for hallucinations because it was pooling too much information from sources outside of the reports. As you start to get comfortable with specific AI tools, you'll get better results because you'll be confident enough to personalize settings and further your own user adoption. Great! Now it's time to get organized. Let me introduce you to NotebookLM. The reason I'm tagging NotebookLM at this stage is that it can synthesize insights across multiple reports, spot connections, answer questions, and present the information in interactive ways, such as audio explainers, videos, and study guides. Navigate to notebooklm.google. Sign in or create your account. Click on Create New Notebook. Upload your sources. In this case, I chose to copy the text from each report and paste it directly into the Copied Text option under Paste Text. If you need to pause the video while you set up your account or upload your sources, you can do that. I'll be right here. Once the sources are uploaded, we can give the assistant a prompt. In this case, I'm asking the following. I have added 3 analyses from 3 different AI assistants, Gemini, Copilot, and ChatGPT. Compare these analyses. Find the commonalities and the differences. I'm trying to build a final report for my leadership team, and I want to make sure the insights I'm getting are dependable. Give me the data in a way that is easy to compare, comprehend, and present on. Help me make my presentation as accurate as possible. I can include the original 4 reports they used for the analysis if needed to find the source of truth, if the analyses are showing conflicting information. At this point, take a moment to explore the studio on the right. Try out the audio or video explainer options. Just know they may take a while to generate. When ready, I really recommend listening with headphones on for the full experience. You can also dive into the mind map view or build yourself a quick study guide to reinforce what you've learned. Here's a fragment of my results.
So, we did this really interesting experiment. We took one business problem, one single set of data, and we gave it to 3 different AI strategists. And the result? Whoa, 3 completely different plans to save the company. So let's dive in and break down how each AI diagnosed the problem and what it tells us about strategy itself.
So what's on fire? Well, they've got 3 massive goals. They've got to boost conversion rates, they need to shorten their onboarding times, and they have to stop their biggest, most important clients from walking out the door. The pressure is definitely on.
Here's our game plan for today. We're going to meet our 3 AI analysts, the tactician, the detective, and the architect. We'll walk through their plans, and then, the big one, we'll figure out how you can choose the right lens for your own strategy. First up is the tactician. This one was powered by ChatGPT,
And it is all about finding the most direct path to hitting the numbers. It's this pragmatic, almost ruthless focus on the KPIs.
And wow, check out how fast the tactician zeroes in on the point of maximum leverage. It sees that LinkedIn leads had the highest conversion rate and the biggest deal value. But, and this is key, it also spots friction right at the negotiation stage for those exact deals. So the conclusion? Fix this one bottleneck and get the biggest return fast. Every single recommendation is a direct, surgical strike on a metric. A playbook for negotiations, a fast track for onboarding, value bundles to stop churn. It's a pure, simple checklist for immediate results.
Isn't that phenomenal? It really is an impressive feature. If you want to see the rest of the video, stick around at the end of the presentation. Up next, we'll head into Napkin AI to help us with the task of turning text to image. This is where we take our findings and transform them into a presentation with clean, custom infographics. Let's meet your AI teammate, Napkin AI. Open a new browser tab and navigate to napkin.ai. Sign in or create a new account. You'll be greeted with a blank notebook. The process is simple. Type or paste your text and Napkin AI will generate visual ideas. On screen, you can see the notes I've prepared for the leadership meeting. I'll copy and paste each of the 3 goals along with my conclusions. Then use Napkin AI to turn them into custom infographics. To generate an image, click the icon to the left of the text. You'll be able to select from different styles. And once you choose one, you can further customize it. Some versions allow the user to set up company branding. In the upper right-hand corner of the image, you'll see a menu. Here, you can adjust the style, background color, and find the export options. You can also click directly into the image and edit the text, its font, and color. When exporting, you can select the file type, toggle the napkin logo off if you're on a premium plan, switch between light and dark mode, and choose whether to keep the background on or not. You have several resolution sizes to choose from. The dimensions are shown in the lower right-hand corner of the image window. Finally, you can either copy the image to your clipboard or download it. From here, we move into Google Slides to build the deck, import the graphics, and finalize the presentation. Open a new window. Navigate to the menu icon right next to the profile picture. Select Slides. Click on the big plus sign to add a new Google Slide project. You can select a template, use your organization's templates, or create your own. When building a deck, keep it simple. One idea per slide, or you risk losing your audience. Use visuals instead of paragraphs. Make the slide a memory hook. Once your deck is ready, it's time to get prepared for that presentation. Go back to your favorite AI assistant and ask it to be your study partner. For example, you can say, "Quiz me on this data. Challenge my assumptions. Ask me tough questions leadership might ask." Some assistants, like ChatGPT, even have voice modes where they'll talk to you. It's like practicing with a colleague without scheduling a meeting. And trust me, that kind of rehearsal builds confidence. Both NotebookLM and Gemini offer guided learning options as well. So let's recap. Today we saw how to take messy reports and run them through multiple AI assistants, compare their insights while staying the expert in the room, use tools like NotebookLM, Gemini, and Napkin AI to visualize and prepare your findings. And finally, leverage AI as your study partner to get presentation ready. This is the future of work, not AI replacing us, but AI extending us, making us sharper, faster, and more confident when it's time to make the big calls. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I learned a lot building this project, and I hope you walk away with ideas you can start implementing immediately in your own workflows. This was AI for Business Insights. I'm Iris Nazari, and I'll see you next time. Hello, thank you for your time. This is Iris Nazari, and if you want to watch the rest of that NotebookLM video, stick around. I'll be playing it now.
So, we did this really interesting experiment. We took one business problem, one single set of data, and we gave it to 3 different AI strategists. And the result? Whoa, 3 completely different plans to save the company. So let's dive in and break down how each AI diagnosed the problem and what it tells us about strategy itself.
Okay, so picture this. It's your company. All the data is right there staring you in the face. You know exactly what's broken, but the why, or even how to start fixing it, no idea. It's a classic, and honestly, a super frustrating business puzzle. So what's on fire? Well, they've got 3 massive goals. They've got to boost conversion rates, they need to shorten their onboarding times, and they have to stop their biggest, most important clients from walking out the door. The pressure is definitely on, and everyone thinks the data holds the key. But does it?
Here's our game plan for today. We're going to meet our 3 AI analysts, the tactician, the detective, and the architect. We'll walk through their plans, and then, the big one, we'll figure out how you can choose the right lens for your own strategy.
First up is the tactician. This one was powered by ChatGPT, and it is all about finding the most direct path to hitting the numbers. It's focused on immediate action and results you can measure right away.
And this quote, it just nails the tactician's vibe. 0 fluff, maximum signal. There's no time for theory. Just find the biggest lever you can, pull it, and watch the numbers move. It's this pragmatic, almost ruthless focus on the KPIs.
And wow, check out how fast the tactician zeroes in on the point of maximum leverage. It sees that LinkedIn leads had the highest conversion rate and the biggest deal value. But, and this is key, it also spots friction right at the negotiation stage for those exact deals. So the conclusion? Super simple. Fix this one bottleneck and get the biggest return fast. And so the tactician's final game plan is a perfect mirror of this thinking. Every single recommendation is a direct, surgical strike on a metric, a playbook for negotiations, a fast track for onboarding, value bundles to stop churn. It's a pure, simple checklist for immediate results. All right, let's bring in our second analyst. This is the detective, powered by Gemini. Now, the detective isn't happy with just hitting targets. It wants to understand the crime. It digs and digs right past the symptoms to find the single root cause of the whole mess. And bam, right out of the gate, the detective just throws the whole premise out the window. It doesn't just try to solve the problem they gave it, it actually questions if they're even trying to solve the right problem in the first place. This one quote just flips the whole investigation on its head. Okay, this is the key piece of evidence right here. The detective connects 2 totally different data sets and boom, finds the smoking gun. It sees that customers who leave because of low usage or price actually had terrible onboarding experiences. I mean, look at C2017, only half the tasks completed. Or C2014, they rushed through in 5 days and were deeply unsatisfied. The detective's big insight? Churn isn't a price problem. It's a first impression problem. You see, the detective's verdict has nothing to do with quick wins. It's all about fixing the broken system from the ground up. First, fix the bad data so you can actually see what's happening. Then, completely redefine the goal of onboarding. It's not about speed, it's about delivering real value. This strategy is designed to stop the problem right at the source. Okay, time for our final analyst. Let's meet the architect, powered by Copilot. The architect steps back even further than the detective. It's not looking for a single culprit. It's looking for, cracks in the very foundation of the whole business. It sees a system of interconnected parts that are just failing to work together. And this quote, man, it says it all. For this AI, the problem isn't one person or one department. It's not sales, it's not marketing. The real problem is the broken space between the teams. The only fix is to start building some bridges. So the architect's diagnosis totally blows past the individual symptoms and points right at these big systemic failures. Sales and marketing don't even agree on what a good lead is. Onboarding is one size fits none. And critically, there are no feedback loops, so insights from customer support just die. The entire system is disconnected.
So the architect's plan, its blueprint, it's all about building these strong, connected systems that actually work together. It says create shared definitions between sales and marketing, design onboarding around specific users, automate the process of finding struggling customers, and build in rituals like early business reviews to make sure value is being delivered. It's about building a better, more resilient organization.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got 3 different AIs, 3 totally different plans, all from the exact same data. Let's put them side by side to really get what this means for strategy.
Just look at how they tackled a single goal, onboarding. The tactician says, the goal is speed, so let's build a fast track. It's a direct, logical response. But the detective comes in and says, hold on, the goal itself is wrong. Speed is the enemy. We need to focus on value. I mean, this is the perfect example of optimizing a process versus questioning if it's even the right process at all.
And this right here is where it all clicks into place. The tactician sees friction and wants to optimize. The detective sees a crime and wants to find the culprit. And the architect sees a broken foundation and wants to build a new blueprint. You've got 3 completely valid perspectives from the same set of data, and each one leads you down a totally different strategic path.
So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's that none of these analyses are inherently right or wrong. The data, it never ever speaks for itself. The most critical strategic choice you will ever make is the very first one, deciding which lens you're going to look through. That choice shapes literally everything that comes after.
Which brings me to the final question, the one for you. The next time you're faced with a wall of data, which hat are you going to put on? Are you going to be the tactician, hunting for that quick win? The detective, searching for the hidden culprit? Or the architect, ready to draw up a whole new blueprint? Your answer will define your strategy.